The family of Archie Battersbee have been told his life support is due to be withdrawn tomorrow morning after their legal fight to move him from hospital to a hospice came to an end. A last-ditch plea to the European Court of Human Rights to intervene in the case was rejected, following a High Court ruling that he must remain at Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel, East London. The case has been in the courts for several weeks. In June, a judge first ruled that Archie's life support treatment should stop, with doctors saying it was highly likely that he was brainstem dead. Archie's parents disputed this and were then given permission to appeal against the ruling at the Court of Appeal. Judges there then ruled that Archie's case should be reconsidered at the High Court. That judge ruled that doctors could lawfully stop providing life support treatment, saying its continuation would delay the inevitable. After appeals from Archie's parents, the United Nations requested that the 12-year-old was to be kept alive while it considered his case. But the Supreme Court dismissed the family's application to appeal the decision to remove life support, with treatment due to be withdrawn yesterday morning. The family then applied to the European Court of Human Rights to intervene, but it said it would not interfere with previous rulings by national courts. The family submitted an application to the High Court yesterday, seeking permission to move Archie to a hospice where his life support would be removed. However, today, the High Court judge ruled that it wasn't in Archie's best interest to move him to a hospice. The family then turned to the Court of Appeal to overturn the decision. And the ECHR decided again on a second appeal that it wouldn't interfere in the case. Let's speak to our correspondent, Shaman Freeman-Powell, who's outside the hospital where Archie is being treated. And Shaman, it looks as though this very sad story is coming to an end.
It really does, and it has been an extremely traumatic time for the parents of Archie Battersbee ever since April, when they found him unconscious at their home. And since then, they've been enthralled in legal challenges that you've just talked us through, trying initially to keep Archie Battersbee's life support ongoing. But it did become quite clear on Wednesday that all legal options to keep his life support ongoing had been exhausted. So then the battle moved to trying to get Archie Battersbee transferred to a hospice, because Holly Dance, Archie's mum, had made it clear that she would like for Archie to spend his last days in a peaceful environment and not in a hospital, which is often known for the chaos and noise. However, it does seem that that is not going to happen. Earlier today, the parents of Archie Battersbee had gone to the High Court and the Courts of Appeal to try and get Archie's move to a hospice, but they ruled that it was not in his best interest to do so, saying that his condition was so unstable that even with the best medical equipment, that move wouldn't be in Archie's best interest. And we're now hearing that Archie Battersbee's life support machine will be turned off at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. We do have a statement from a spokesperson for the campaign group Christian Concern, which is supporting Archie's family. They've said that all legal routes have now been exhausted. The family are devastated and are spending precious time with Archie. Right from the very beginning, Archie's parents have made it clear that they would not stop fighting until the very end, and no one can dispute that that is exactly what they've done. They've been to the High Court, they've been to the Courts of Appeal, they've been to the Supreme Court, and they've also been to the European Court for Human Rights. But it does seem that this story has now sadly come to an end.